Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live streaming energy reset party. Woo! That's my mom over there, by the way. I'm Elizabeth. This is my mom, Peg Sorrentino.
Hey.
And she is my esteemed guest today. I'm very lucky to have her. And I'm live streaming to you from Virginia, from my childhood home, which feels a little bit weird. But we're just embracing everything. We're embracing the weirdness. We're going to reset our energy today. And the theme of today is bravery. And bravery looks like facing fears and partying with our fears at times, and knowing that fears are actually our teachers. And we'll be going more into that later. But I want to acknowledge you for taking this time to be with me today. It's a beautiful summer Friday. You could be anywhere in the world and you're here resetting your energy, reconnecting with your soul, and really taking the time to evaluate how you're showing up in the world. And I'm taking that light of yours and any gunk that's on it, we're just gonna rub it off and make sure that you are shining your light full blast. That is my mission on the planet. I'm here to empower leaders and light workers to shine their light full blast in the world. We have never needed your light more. So let's create some good energy. Let's get us all shined up and ready to go. And we're going to start our time with a blessing and set some sacred space. You just want to scoot in and do this with me, Mom. All right. So I'm going to invite you, probably for the first time today, to fully relax. So we're going to close our eyes. Just close your eyes. We're going to take 3 really deep breaths. And one more. Beautiful. Okay. And we're going to raise and drop our shoulders a few times. If you haven't opened your eyes, you can. Just be here, be present with us. We're going to raise and drop our shoulders. Release any tension going on. One more. You can do a little shimmy at the bottom because it's Friday. All right, beautiful. And now I'm going to have you visualize the center of the earth, grounding you, supporting you at all times. I want you to visualize that beautiful center of the earth. We're going to stamp our feet on the ground with purpose and enthusiasm, and visualize 100% support, safety, grounding, coming up from the center of the earth, up through the ground, up through the floorboards, up through your legs, up through your spine, and out the top of your head. And know that you are protected. We're going to anchor that by putting our thumb and our forefinger together and speaking out loud the words, I am protected. I am protected. And know that any moment where you're feeling off balance, you're feeling threatened, you're not feeling safe, you can ground yourself this way and connect yourself to that safety, to that earth energy, which is always there for you. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to do an additional healing on you and on you and on me. And what we're going to do right now is just envision a pink bubble of love, light, and protection encapsulating you. Just wherever you are right now, I want you to practice envisioning this as if it's a real thing that is surrounding you, protecting you, just a pink bubble of love and light made of the strongest material on the planet. And the beautiful thing about this bubble is awesome, loving, supporting, good energy can penetrate, can flow back and forth. Anything that doesn't feel ideal, it just bounces off your pink bubble. Boom, boom, can't come in your sacred space. And know that no one can take you out of your power. without your permission. No one can come into your sacred space. No circumstance gets to disrupt your energy without your permission. And you can activate that bubble at any time. I literally practice this all the time. I'll say, activate. And I want you to use that tool for yourself to reset your energy and protect your energy at any moment. Okay? Beautiful. Thanks, Mom. So it's actually Joanna, my mom's sister, that gave me that visualization. When I was having a really hard time, speaking of fear, I was having a really hard time embracing being visible at that time in my life. I wanted to share more. I wanted to touch more people, reach out more, but I was terrified of judgment, terrified of being judged, terrified of not being liked. And she gave me that tool, that pink bubble, and said, use it. Because the reality is when we're up to big things, we attract everything. You're the hottest club in town. You attract everything. Good energy attracts light, dark, interesting situations, great opportunities. And we get to filter what we want to let close to us. And you are empowered on that. I want you to know that. Okay, so we're going to shift into talking about bravery and talking about facing our fears. And I might get a little bit emotional today. I'm feeling it. I think maybe part of it's because I'm next to my mom. I'm also in town in Blacksburg, Virginia, because this is the year anniversary of the passing of my father. And I'm facing fears all the time. There was part of me that didn't want to get on the airplane to come home because, of course I was going to, but it made this situation real on another level. Coming back, coming home, packing my suitcase, and this being the purpose of my trip, to be with family, to unite with family, because my father is on a different plane now. So that's a fear that I'm facing right now, today. And I was taught, so I am a student of Kabbalah. That's one of the spiritual practices that I embrace in my life, because I'm like, listen, wherever the wisdom's coming from, if I connect to it, if it makes me feel better, I'm interested. I have no judgment about the sources. So, I know some people are like, ooh, Kabbalah, that's weird. What's that? And some people are like, oh, what's that? I embrace it all. I grew up going to church. I come from a long line of spiritual healers. We talk about energy is just a normal thing, part of our lives. And Kabbalah is the study of energy. They also say it's the study of metaphysics, which to me is just, I'm like, I don't really know what that means, but it sounds serious. It sounds important. And one of my mentors at the Kabbalah Center, his name is Michael Moskowitz, was my favorite person there by far. Sorry, everyone else, but my favorite person there because he's so realistic and he operates in the real world as this badass, he's in the real estate world. He's buying and selling buildings. He's managing buildings. He's made quite a name for himself and, supports his family and volunteers at the Kabbalah Center, is a teacher there. And he taught me that our fears are our teachers. They are our teachers. They are in our lives to show us what needs to get looked at, what needs to get healed. It's not like, oh, I'm scared of that, so I don't do it. It's, oh, I'm scared of that. That's interesting. Why is that? What is it about that elicits this reaction? Whether you're afraid of heights, whether you're afraid of not looking good publicly. I know that's been a big one that's been a theme in my life, suffering from perfect girl disease where everything looks fabulous because I didn't want to be judged. Whether you're scared of heartbreak, whether you're scared of loneliness, rejection, being irrelevant. I have that one too. I'm like, let me be anything but boring and irrelevant. You know, even if I'm falling on my face, that's definitely one for me. So our fears are our teachers. And every time we have an extreme reaction to something, or even just a subtle reaction, but it triggers us, we're scared of it, it's an opportunity to grow. And I believe that choosing the growth path awakens our soul. And I know the times of my life where I was coasting and I wasn't addressing things that were difficult, and I was burying things, and it was all swept under the rug. Like, oh, you know, everything's great, just don't look over there. My relationship's great, just don't look at this about it. Or, you know, when I was coasting, I became the most miserable I've ever been in my life. And I'm not saying life shouldn't be easy and full of ease, but choosing the growth path is a bit messy because it looks like you're always kind of like, ooh, let's go there. Oh, that's uncomfortable. Let's go there. How can this make me a better person? That's the path that I've chosen, is the growth path. It's a commitment. It's interesting. It's not boring. And it's the path that makes me feel the most alive. So I invite you, because I'm going deep this week, I invite you to take a look at your life and evaluate whether you're leaning in when you get scared or whether you're doing a U-turn. And I invite you to take a look at the things that really freak you out and look at them as your teachers. That doesn't mean you need to take it on all at once. It doesn't mean you even need to do anything about it today, tomorrow, next week. But if you can start using this reframe of, oh, I'm scared of that. That's here to teach me something about myself. Maybe this could be fun. Maybe. I'm not saying it's gonna be fun, but maybe it could be fun to learn this lesson. Maybe it could be fun to take that on and see who I am on the other side of it. I used to be terrified of video, terrified. I never thought I looked good enough. I thought I would be like, oh, see, I got a shadow here, and I got a wrinkle there, or like my voice sounds too high, or whatever I made that mean about myself. So I invite you to take this on and evaluate, are you on the growth path? You don't have to choose it. I'm not suggesting that you do. I'm saying try it on. See if it fits for you. See if it works for you. And reframe fear as what? Our teachers.
Yes.
Our teachers.
Yes.
Okay. So my mom is a very brave woman. She has been, and you can scoot in. Okay. She's been in the self-development world. She has done so much teaching, leading, training in this area, and she is open to getting coached by her daughter. How humble, how amazing. You're really excited about this, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. All right. So do you have a question for me on this?
I do.
Okay.
One of my fears is moving forward in writing and developing and finishing stories. I've really become serious as a writer of children's stories, short stories, plays, screenplays, etc. And then, so I will get I'll try to motivate myself and juice myself up about it, and then I don't do it. It's like, well, resistance sets in, and sometimes it feels like swimming through molasses to get to the point where I can break through the fear of what I want to, I think is probably my own idea of perfection. So I want it to be perfect. It's this word, that phrase, no. And so it feels lonely at times.
Yeah.
It feels like, am I ever gonna get there?
Yeah.
At times. So this is what I would like some coaching on from you.
Sure. So what I'm hearing is you're really passionate about writing and you're getting stuck. You're getting stuck. You're feeling maybe a little bit isolated. Okay. I got it. So let me ask you an additional question. This is a follow-up question. Why do you want to write?
It's like I can't not write. It's in my soul, it's in my heart. The stories come, and I'm like, oh, yes, I have to write that. And it's because I think that it is my gift now to give to the world. As in earlier phases of my life, there were other gifts.
Okay.
This seems to be the gift now that Spirit wants me to carry out.
So what I'm hearing is this is part of your purpose on the planet.
Absolutely. Okay.
Is it a reality for you that your writing could actually alter someone else's life forever?
I do think so, yes.
Do you feel that you're connected enough to that?
Yes. I do feel that way.
Okay, I love you, and I'm going to call bullshit.
All right.
And the reason why I'm going to call bullshit on you, lovingly, with heart full of love, is because if you were really connected to your work being life-altering for someone else, you would not be spinning your wheels the way that you are. And the reality is, if you were fully connected, this might look like you putting your butt on the line to go and read your story at a preschool or a kindergarten once a month and go and affect those children's lives and see their faces.
Yeah.
Because when someone's out there, people say all the time, I want to change the world. I want to impact the world. I want to make the world a different place. I wanna. That's great. I support that. I think that's amazing. Do you have someone specific in mind that when their life changes, you get to give them a hug? That's going to keep you connected to your purpose and have your purpose feel more urgent. Because right now I'm hearing a little bit of a tone of like, it'd be nice if I accomplished that at some point. That lacks urgency and it lacks a specific timeline. If your butt is on the line to go read your story that you've created to a group of kindergartners or whatever, or maybe it's at a children's hospital.
Or at the public library.
Yeah, or at the public library, and you know you're gonna do it, and you can't cancel, that story's gonna get written.
Yeah,
do you agree?
I do. I think that having a goal like that, it's not like, okay.
No, it extroverts you. It gets you out of your head, and you're thinking about who you're affecting. Not, is this good enough? I don't feel like doing it today. You know what? I'm going to do something else. You know what? I'm going to put that on the back burner. You know what? I'm more interested in this story. Let me write this. Maybe I don't want to do children's books. No, you're not in action. I'm not saying you. I'm saying this is what people do, myself included. We spin our wheels because we're making it too much about us. Do I feel like doing this today? I don't know. Maybe my soul's purpose is this. Maybe it's that. Bright, shining object. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. You know? Everyone does it. Everyone does it. But the reality is, if you have something specific where you've got to show up and you're going to affect lives and you get to see these little children's faces light up, that's going to change this for you. I think it might give you that boost of inspiration that actually will have you complete things.
Yeah. Yeah, or not rewrite them to death.
There you go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Guess what? The kindergartens, they don't care. They want story time, right? Yeah. All right. You ready to have a little dance break with me? Okay, I'm going to get the music queued up. And so I forgot my speakers. They're back in Miami, but we are going to dance anyway because we are not perfect around here and we do the best we can. So just so you know what we're dancing to Low. I'm gonna put it up here so hopefully you can hear it, all right? Come on, Mom. Low. I want you standing up. Come on and dance with us. Get on up there. Woo! us today. We love you. Bye. Bye. See you soon.